Good morning. We are here today at Collegio Magno for our presidential debate. And on my left-hand side, we have the Republican Eduarda, and on my right-hand side, we have the Democrat Larissa. And the issue we will be talking about today is, should immigrants who are hard workers deserve access to citizenship in the United States? And we will begin today with our Democrat candidate, Larissa. So Larissa, you have 3 minutes to make your presentation.
The United States country was built on immigration, and even today the immigrants are an essential cog in the U.S. economic system, all sectors of the economy from low to high skilled. Given that, they should have the right to enter in the country as a citizen, as they have mostly positive effects on the country. The acceptance of immigrants on a country is foreseen and protected by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Its Article 13, for example, says that everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. All the people in the world must be able to freely move to wherever they want to go, as they have the right to. Besides, it is proven that the entrance of immigrants on a country have positive effects on its economy. It can increase the GDP, reduce unemployment, and improve public finances balance. This because the immigrants represent a chance of growth on the population, and therefore a growth on cheap labor and on productivity. It would roughly double global prosperity to 75 trillion of production per year, according to the economist Professor Bryan Caplan. So the immigrants would be able to maintain themselves, and they would even contribute to the country's economy. In addition, the support on immigration could actually bring cultural benefits to the country. Most immigrants can share their wisdom, defend new ideas, and bring an innovative mentality. In fact, they can enhance a country's culture with their own. According to the Think Progress website, the researchers found that immigrants with legal status but not citizenship would contribute about 8,032 billion to the economy in a 10-year period, while undocumented immigrants that are granted legal status and citizenship at the same time, the U.S. GDP would grow by 1.4 trillion over a 10-year period. Don't you think it is a huge difference?
Okay, thank you, Larissa. Now, Eduarda, you also have 3 minutes to make your point.
So now I'm going to demonstrate you why immigrants who are hard workers do not deserve a path to citizenship. I strongly believe that this will have a positive effect on the whole society, such as more job opportunities and life and culture benefits, which compensates for the negative consequences of denying citizens rights and benefits to such large concentrations at refugees. To start with, the unemployment rate in the US is very high, and as more immigrants become documented, the more they will compete for jobs with Americans. Also, providing undocumented immigrants, even if some of them are hard workers, with a path to citizenship will make the US border less secure. There are various cases in which a country's safety has been threatened with the influx of refugees. It has also been proven that among the refugees that entered the US, a significant number of them were subsequently involved in criminal activities. The United States security is unable to effectively prevent immigrants, even if they prove themselves hard workers who already entered the country at any age, from becoming radicalized, especially among young refugees, as they do not abandon their home country's cultural values and beliefs. Not only immigrants may not accept the new culture, even if they are hard workers, but its presence may also distort the national identity of the native population. So the opponent mentions human rights of the people who wish to enter our country, but she fails to mention the human rights of those who already reside here as American citizens. Allowing immigrants in when the country is already suffering from high crime and unemployment rate is going to jeopardize our citizens' human rights to live in peace and run for the American dream.
Okay, thank you, Eduarda. Now, we're going to stay with you, Eduarda, for your rebuttals against Larissa. So you now have 1 minute for your rebuttals.
So my opponent's claims are wrong for several reasons, as it doesn't apply to immigrants coming from countries where terrorist groups are based. It is not possible to assume that they can freely move to wherever they want to go, since, as I have already shown you, they become a threat to the host country. Besides that, the presence of immigrants may distort the national identity of the native population. That means that the native population opposes immigration because they fear they may lose that sense of belonging and identity of their own nation. I frankly accept your point as valid that hardworking people deserve a break. However, when a country like the US is already crippled with unemployment and security issues because of immigrants, we have a duty to protect our own population before tending to the needs of other countries' problems. We must help ourselves before we can help others. That way, we will be able to build a fair and great nation.
Okay, thank you, Eduarda. Now, Larissa, you also have 1 minute to present your rebuttals.
In relation to your first argument, immigrants don't in fact steal jobs from native workers. Instead, they usually work in different jobs with different skill levels from the ones of Native Americans, going against the belief that immigrants bring jobs competition. Concerning your second argument, providing undocumented immigrants with a pathway to citizenship will not make the U.S. border less secure. On the contrary, this is because the pathway to citizenship consists of a fair process through which the undocumented immigrant has to pass in order to become a legal immigrant and eventually get the citizenship. Besides, my opponent states that the immigrants present may also distort the national identity of the native population, and as I have mentioned before, that doesn't actually happen. Instead of erasing the national culture, they can expand and diversify it. No immigrant should be obliged to abandon their home country's cultural values and beliefs, as your argument says so. In fact, this is not required from them at all, as it is their right to freedom to follow their beliefs, which is clearly guaranteed in the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution.
Okay, thank you, guys. That was an interesting debate. Both of you had some very good factual information, and you both understood the subject very well. So it's difficult to judge that one on those concepts. However, I think the delivery, I think, Larissa, you were slightly better, and I liked your rebuttal about your rebuttal to Eduarda's issue of solving our problems before we solve others' problems as well. So. On this case, Larissa, you are the winner. Congratulations. Commiserations, Eduarda, but well done anyway. Thank you.